You've been told that dreaming for a job at a company like Nike and Adidas is simply unrealistic, that without a network or connection is not going to happen. I'm here to tell you that's wrong. And you know why? Because I went from a B2B boring job in Austria without any network to land a role at Adidas while still being a master's student. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cindy. It took me 2 years of landing a job at Adidas, but once I cracked the code, I was able to secure a job within only 3 months. And in this channel, I show you how to get that as well, regardless of your background, just with a clear strategy. If that sounds like you, consider to subscribe for more content like this. And now let's get into the video. After my bachelor's degree in business administration, yes, I know, the degree everyone does, I got my first job at a B2B company. First, I got in as an intern, and then I was able to secure a permanent position as a marketing specialist. And honestly, the job wasn't terrible. I was able to travel, and basically at 22, that was the dream. I was able to build marketing strategies across different markets, so it was a great learning opportunity. But the product, well, it was framework. And if you know what it is, congratulations, you earned the title of a nerd. If you don't know what it is, don't worry, you won't need to know until you build your own house. And in today's economy, well, let's hope you do. So in short, the problem wasn't the job. It was what I was selling. It was a very complex and useful product, but for me, it had no soul. And that created so much frustration that I couldn't shake it out. The more energy I was trying to put in, the more depleted and frustrated I was getting at the end of the day. That was a typical job that on paper, everything was perfect. But at the end of the day, I still felt like that was not the life I was supposed to be living. And that was the hardest part to explain to people around me, because in their eyes, I was a 22-year-old, extremely successful. But everything changed one day when I was playing tennis and I stopped at the changeover. I was staring at my shoe and something just clicked. I thought, wouldn't it be awesome to market products like this one? Longer after that, I quit my job. Now, I want to be truly transparent with you. From the moment I quit to the moment I landed the job at Adidas was not a straight line. There were thousands of applications that led absolutely nowhere, call messages on LinkedIn that were never seen, rejections, silence, and God knows that a lot of questioning if I should have quitted my stable job to pursue a career that obviously was not really landing me anywhere. It doesn't matter how much effort I was putting on. And the reason I'm telling you this is because if you're unhappy with what your career looks like now, you're not weird. You're just misaligned. And once you commit to what you really want, I want you to know that it will take probably much longer than you initially expected. But that's not you. That's unfortunately just the process that you have to go through it. And the quicker you're gonna understand that and internalize it, the easier the process is going to become for you. But here's what I want you to focus on: how I was able to use my master's to get the job. Because I know what you think. Well, I'm just a student. I have absolutely no leverage. That's wrong. You do. Way more than you think. Whilst I was still in my first year at Imperial, I was able to secure the role. And here is how I did it step by step and how you can replicate this. I've treated the university network as my own. I went to every career event that had anything to do with retail or with sports, not just the obvious ones. I knew from the beginning I want to get into Adidas or Nike. Those were my two options. But I knew that was not going to be easy. I was also open to get into the broader industry, so I would be able to have the necessary experience to get into my dream company. I showed up every opportunity I had. I introduced myself. I followed up consistently. I also reached out directly to career service. But here is the secret. I did it with a specific ask. I didn't go to them and ask them, oh, can you help me find a job in these companies? Do you have a list of alumni that are working within these companies or within this industry? Some universities have this information at their fingertips and they don't even advertise it. So your job is to ask them directly. You'll be surprised how many opportunities opens up. Then I've also built my own pipeline on LinkedIn using the university filter. And here's the exact move. You go to LinkedIn, you put down the company on the search bar that you want to work for, Let's say you put Nike, then you have to go to people, and here you have to put down the name of the university. Every single person that comes down in this list is basically people that have graduated or are currently working at Nike, as well as that they studied at the same university that you did. Here is a very easy way to connect. That will change everything about the context of the message. It becomes from a cold to significantly warmer way to connect with them. But before you do, I want you to do your homework. I want you to understand what are the interests, what are the departments, what is the profile of that person, and what are the things that you can still find in common a part of the university. In case you struggle to connect with people on LinkedIn or digitally, I created a video with a framework just on that, step by step on how you can create a message that people actually respond to. So if that's something that you're struggling, I would definitely suggest for you to check it out. I've put the video in the description below as well. I want to pause here for a second because I want to give you a personal story. One of the connections I made through this exactly process, someone that I found on LinkedIn to the university filter, someone that I messaged, ended up recommending me for the job at Adidas. I didn't even see the job. It wasn't through a recruiter. It was simply a real conversation that turned out to be a real relationship. And here is the part that still gets me. That person that recommended me has long left Adidas, but we're still in contact. Their network has become part of my network. And what has started as a cold message has now become a real professional relationship. And this is what the process I'm teaching you really builds. A relationship not just for the job, but the career ecosystem that keeps paying off long after the first opportunity. But none of this works if there's no consistency. It's not just about being active, but it's constantly showing up. And the sad part is that here's where most students skip. Most of you will show up to one event, will send a couple call message here and there, probably will not get the response that you expect, and then say, well, this doesn't work. I just don't have the network. But the thing is that you have to show up day after day, week after week, month after month, because that compounding effect is what is going to really be able to move the needle for you. Now, what I think is totally underrated is to build a tracking system for yourself. And honestly, I've not heard anyone really talking about this. The truth is that after you reach to 20, 30, 50, 100 people. So for you to be on top of things and to be organized, I want you to create a tracker. I use Notion because I live and breathe by that. I always say that. But you can use whatever. You can use Excel, you can use Google Sheets, whatever system works better for you. But I just need you to do the following columns. The person that you're going to reach out to, the title they have, the company they work for, what's the common thing you have with that person, what was the outcome, and what you should be doing next, and a follow-up reminder for yourself. 7 columns. That's all you need to be on top of every lead you have. For the longest time, people told me that this industry is for people that have connection. And I'm happy that I didn't listen and I pursued it anyways because it paid off for me. And this is exactly why I'm sure that if you follow these steps, you can also get into the industry regardless of your network. This is your career, so build it for you, not for your parents, not for your family, not for your friends, and definitely not for the people that you worked for before. In my next video, I will talk about the steps that I took to be able to secure my dream job within the company, and also how I was able to secure a 50K salary while still being a student. So if that's something that interests you, definitely subscribe so you get notified when that video is out. Until the next one, bye!